What's up, guys? And today we're going to talk about 4-prong plugs. If you have a dryer and it has a 3-prong plug, gray plug usually, and you need to swap it out to 4-prong, this is your video, especially if you have a Maytag. This is a Maytag Bravo. It's the Quiet Series 300, which isn't so important. There's a whole lot of dryers that have this exact same type of plug, but let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get started, guys, if you need any parts for your machines, I'll show you at the very end of this video how to use your model number found right here to make sure the part's going to fit your machine. Just go to this minute mark. Also, guys, please use the affiliate links listed in the description below. It really helps the channel. All right, guys, before we start, as always, unplug the dryer and leave it unplugged for the whole operation. So real quick on what tools you need, I would not use a drill. Just because we're putting wires on a terminal block, basically that's power is going to be running through it, you don't want to over tighten and you definitely don't want to under tighten, and it's a lot more precise when you use hand tools for this. Obviously everything is unplugged, so you're not going to risk electrocution in any way. Be sure to unplug things. Other things you're going to need is a 5/16 socket, a 1/4 socket, socket driver, and an extension, and you're going to need your plug. The plug's going to look like this: 2 straights, 1 round one, 1 L-shaped one. All right, if they're all 3 straight, that is a stove plug, and you got the wrong kind of plug. All right, the one we're replacing is the gray wire. It's always a 3-prong plug when they're gray. There'll be 2 slightly angled ones and the L-shaped one, or 7, depending on which way you're looking at it. Another thing you're gonna have is, it should come in your kit. I get a lot of washers or a lot of dryers that don't have these at all. This just holds the wire tight, so if it were to pull away from the wall, it wouldn't pull on the actual terminal block on the dryer and yank the wires out of your dryer if someone were to pull it away from the wall. We'll install this guy today. A lot of people just look at this thing and throw it away at the very end. Not a good idea. We're gonna go ahead and put this guy on. So let's get started right now. All right, you can see what I was talking about before. The little round hole is missing the holder that keeps it from, if you pull away from the wall, yanking on the wires up inside this thing. So I'm gonna definitely show you how to do that with this one, but let's go start off by pulling this gray plug out. And again, obviously, we're unplugged. So we're gonna take this, undo this plate. Plate just lifts up a little bit. Sometimes it'll be stuck underneath this screw and this screw. And you want to take these 2 screws out as well. All right, from right here, real easy. We're just gonna take things off. I'm gonna take off this screw, this screw, this screw, and this one. This is 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch screw, a 1/4 inch screw, and a 5/16. So let's do these. One. Now be very careful while you're doing this not to accidentally drop this screw, and it's super easy to do, and I've done it 1,000 times. If you drop it down this hole, you have to take this entire plate off, and it'll be sitting down there somewhere, and it's a little bit of a game of hide and go seek with these screws. If you do lose it, I'll put the size of the screw. You can get it, I actually have a video on that at the very end of this video that I'm advertising right now. I'll show you where to go to in Lowe's to find those screws if you're missing one of these. The most common thing I see all the time is somebody will lose one of these screws and they'll grab this screw or this screw. It's the wrong thread size. And when they put it into this terminal block on the hot wire side, it won't tighten all the way because it's a different thread size, and it'll be loose. And the same thing I was talking about earlier, a loose screw is a hot screw when you're playing with power going through it. So a spark plug kind of situation happens, it will overheat and it will burn that wire up, could cause a fire, anything else. So definitely if you lose that screw, you have to either find that screw or you have to go replace that screw with the right thread size. So definitely don't put the wrong screw in it. All right, so we're gonna take this guy and put it in this hole first, but to do that, it won't really fit. It just barely misses. You can bend these out just a tiny bit, but what you're supposed to do is take these 2 screws out and then put it together in there, and then stick the 2 screws on and just start them a little bit, and then at the very end you're going to tighten this down to hold it in place. But that's what we're going to do now. I'll do it the right way. Take these 2 Phillips off. Alright, while you have it on there, you'll see that this thing has holes on one piece and then the threaded holes on the other piece. You want the holes that the screw just easily goes through on top, and then just barely start them. Next step is we're going to put all the wires through that hole, pull them through, a little bit of the black, just like so. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take this white wire off with the green screw. This screw is 5/16, and it's the only screw we're going to be dealing with. It's 5/16. So just hook onto there. Sometimes you can turn it by hand just like that. Boom. All right, let's do it first. Get the green wire out of the way. I always like to do my screws. You'll see that there's a flat side and then there's a side where the wire is crimped onto it. I like to use the flat side against the flat metal. I'm sure a lot of other guys that do appliance repair do that as well, but it's just barely going to reach, and it's going to be right there. That's the only thing that's going to go there. It's just the green wire, not the white wire this time. If you have one of these guys, you can use the 5/16 on the other side. You can use the 5/16 on the other side and tighten it up with it. Right when you get tight, try to line it up, straighten it out a little bit, and make it nice and snug. But we're going to double check all our connections at the very end to make sure they're good and snug. We're just snug them up a little bit right now. Alright, from right here, the old white wire is going to be the most complicated one of this whole situation because it goes with the other new white wire from the plug. So this one will go here along with this white wire. And it's going to be hard to do. Sorry, but this is how it's supposed to work. And it's always hard to connect. It's hard to do it with one hand, and it's hard to not drop that screw down this hole. So let's see if I can embarrass myself and drop it down this hole right now. So just start off by putting it over so you don't accidentally drop it, and put that one through. Push it on. Just put that on like that, and then we're just going to get it good and started. Try to line them up over the top of each other real well. And again, we're going to tighten up at the very end. Alright, the next two, this is a ground neutral, and these two are both hot. One side is hot and the other side is hot. It doesn't matter which one you put on it, but if it makes you feel better, one thing you can do is look up from here and you'll see that the dryer company color-coded this wire red, and they color-coded this wire black, and this one white. So you can just kind of look up and use that as a guide, but I know some people really like to make sure your red is on the right side and your black is on the left side. So let's do that right now. Alright, and there we go. Now all we have to do is make sure all these are nice and snug and these are tightened down, and then we'll put our faceplate on. Let's do that right now. The way it's making this snug, it's just literally made to help this wire not, now when you pull on this, it's pulling from the whole frame instead of pulling on this terminal block, which could mess up a whole lot, or it could pull one of these forward and touch the frame and ground it out. So it's a really great idea to use these. I know they're a pain. I even said it's a pain, but it's a really great idea to use these guys. All right, now we're going to just make sure all of our wires are nice and in place. And ta-da, we're done. All right, good job, guys. Please like, please subscribe. Any questions, put them down in the comments below, and we'll see y'all next time. All right, guys, so here's Appliance Parts Pros. I linked them in the description below. Just click that link and you'll see this search bar that I got you linked to. And all you have to do is type in the model number of your washer or dryer, whatever appliance you're looking up that you want to find the part number for whatever you're looking for. So all you have to do is open the door of your appliance and it should be a sticker somewhere inside there that says model number or MOD number. All right, so take that. Here's one I'm going to put in. And I'm going to search for it. Just click search. And then right here, you get these charts that come up. This is super handy. These charts are every single part that's in that appliance. So let's say I want to find the filter for this particular dryer. All right, I can see the filters right there, number 7. So now I'm just going to pan down the page until I get to part number 7, and boom, there it is. There's the part number, but also you can take that part number if you don't like this website. They do have a 1-year warranty and technical support and all that. That's nice, but sometimes people would rather use Amazon. I also have my Amazon link. Please use that. It really helps the channel. But another thing you can do is click on the dryer lint filter, pan down a little bit, and you'll see these other reference numbers. Really handy. There's different numbers for the exact same part. So now you know exactly which part you're looking for. You don't have to worry about finding and sometimes I'll be showing you a part and it'll be slightly different from 1 year make to another. So it's a good way to double check things. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and please like, please subscribe. It really helps the channel.